So I come back to that question of whether when we have so many channels available, so many of my workshops that I conduct with the pharma marketeers, they ask, based on your experience, you tell us which one or two are the best channels beyond medical reps. My answer is, there is no best channel. Today, there are multiple channels available, and we need to communicate with our customers. We need to engage with them as per their requirement, as per their preferences. And we have to fashion our whole marketing strategy around this particular need. So there is no single best channel that is preferable. It could be that in a particular case of a brand, and I'll come to that in my subsequent slides, that there may be certain channels which score over the other channels. But today we do not have the luxury of saying that, look, I'm going to use only tele-detailing, I'm going to use only email marketing, or I'm going to use only the medical reps. That luxury, that period is over in pharma. At least in the developed world, we have seen it. In emerging markets, more and more we are seeing it. And I'm sure in Japan, it is also becoming true. This slide actually sums up my slides so far, which I have shown. If you look at it, the old model of pharma marketing was more in terms of one channel, my time. That is, the medical rep is available between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, doctor may be available at 8 p.m. What does he do? Does he wait for 1 month? And then 8 p.m. anyway, medical rep cannot meet him. So that was the old model. And there were some sort of supplementary actions, some direct mailers going and all, but primarily it was biased or tilted towards deploying field force. The transition that we are seeing today in most of the pharma companies across the globe, in US and Europe, is today multiple channels are being deployed. Tele-video detailing, tele-detailing, email marketing, mobile apps, and all that. And there are relevant interactions taking place. But the vision state is any channel, any time, should be able to engage with the customer as per their own preferences. And the content can also be customized based on the preferences. So that is the ideal state or the vision state that the pharma marketeers are striving towards. In this section, I would like to cover some of the examples of how the pharma industry has responded to the changed environment. Again, from this survey, which was published by Accenture. Now, this was, again, if you look at it, this is from the sales and marketing and analytics commercial people. More than 200 executives from the companies, primarily US-based. Their strategic concerns or priorities, you can say, are listed over here. Cost reduction, digital effectiveness, mastering MCM. And they also agreed that their existing sales and marketing organizations, they need a complete overhaul. These are very bold statements, and not coming from the organization that conducted the survey or some individual. These are coming from the pharma marketeers themselves, because they know that the environment has changed, the customer preferences have changed, and we need to change immediately. Otherwise, our strategies will become redundant. And you can see, in fact, the medical rep investments in the developed markets of US and European Union, they have been steadily declining. And if you correlate it with another study, that the expenditure on internet-related investments being done by the pharma companies, that is on the increase. I mean, it's the maximum increase, as you can see, in terms of percentage. Now, this begets a very, very critical question for all of us here. Does this mean the medical reps have become obsolete? They have become redundant? Before I give my answer to this, I would like to share with you a couple of more results from these surveys. If you look at this from the Pharma Marketing Network, this is the US-based medical reps. The data has been steeply declining. But when you compare it with another report published by Capgemini, they are saying that the end customer, the physicians, are looking at almost 50% of them expect the information about drugs, about management of disease, coming from both independent sources as well as from pharma. Now, this seems like a conundrum. This seems like a puzzle now. Does it mean medical reps are needed or not needed? My answer is an emphatic no. Medical reps, sales reps are definitely required in this system. They are one of the they are one of the components of the overall marketing and communication mix of a pharma marketeer. And as you can see in this slide also, this is again from a Capgemini report, that the pharma reps are being expected to disseminate information. And this is from the doctor's perspective again. This is not the pharma company's perspective. So far, I shared with you the perspective from physicians' viewpoint, and then how the pharma companies have responded to the changed environment. So some of the key takeaways over here, that the traditional pharma sales model definitely is being challenged. There is a challenge in terms of its effectiveness, of being able to deliver consistent message. There is a definite shift in the customer behavior, how they are engaging, how they are seeking information related to medicines. That is definitely changing. Third aspect is that there is no single channel that you can say is better than the other. You have to take a judicious mix of channels based on the brand you are in, based on the product life cycle, and based on the customer segmentation. And last but not the least over here is, there is increased legal and regulatory restrictions today being imposed. I'm sure most of us will agree to this aspect, because either it would be coming from the corporate headquarters one fine day, and we know the example of GSK, sales targets not being linked to the medical reps' performance. What kind of messages go to the doctors? There shouldn't be any incentivization in terms of gifts, in terms of foreign trips. Even a country like India recently, which is an emerging market, there also the regulators have come down very heavily in terms of all this, I would say, conventional practice of giving gifts and giveaways and all that stuff to the doctors. So there is a serious challenge from the legal and regulatory institutions. So keeping that in mind, it is very imperative that the pharma marketeers, they start leveraging the MCM to their own advantage.